Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about how to solve the producer consumer problem with the help of semaphores. So in the previous video, we discussed about semaphore introduction. So what do you mean by semaphore and what are all the concerned operations that we need to perform if you implement the semaphore concept? So semaphore consists of two operations, one is down and another one is up operation. So down operation is used for making any of the process to sleep, which is nothing but if you're trying to block any of the process, then we have to go with the down operation, and if you want to resume the particular blocked process, then we have to execute this up operation. So this is what the two concerned operation that we need to perform whenever you're using the semaphore. Why we are going to this semaphore? So already we discussed a normal producer consumer problem, which means how we have solved with not without using the semaphore. There we just executed the concept of blocking. We are not implemented with the busy waiting concept. So we just overcome the what are all the issues we have faced under busy waiting, because we are just wasting the CPU cycle time. So we just overcome, and we have used with a by the concept called blocking the process. Already we have implemented this blocking process in case of producer consumer problem, but what happens there, at the same time both the process may get into the sleep mode. So this may happen in some cases, this particular situation may arise in some cases, so we need to avoid this one. So I've explained how we actually getting this kind of situation while solving the producer and consumer problem. Suppose in case of consumer, so if there is the uh, divisible set of operation, which means there is no atomic execution of all the instruction that whatever we are executing separately for producer as well as for consumer. So if you have some three number of instruction for consumer, what you have to do, you have to use one common shared variable, which is nothing but count. So you need to check what could be the value of count. So count value, which is nothing but if it is 0 means, then we can say there is no there is no full slots that were available in the buffer, that is at the customer side, I mean consumer side. So at the producer side, if the count value reaches to n, which is nothing but, since it is a bounded buffer we are just using, so at the producer side it has to check if there is no empty slot in the buffer, then it cannot produce any new data item to store into the buffer, right? So it has to check among that common shared variable called count whenever it is performing their own task, but it needs to execute all those instructions whatever it is allotted for each of process separately without any interruption. So that is what atomic execution of all the instructions. Suppose if that was not happened at any side, even in the producer or even the consumer process, so what happens, we may get the chance of both the process may get into the sleep mode. They will sleep forever, so they cannot get back from the sleep mode. So this problem is said to be the wake up problem. So we are going to solve that kind of problem with the help of semaphore here. Okay, so here we have used two system calls, one is for down operation and another one is for up operation. So before getting into the code for the this particular problem, so I just want to explain about the semaphore variable. So here we have actually used three variables, and before that how are we going to implement all these semaphore concept? So right now we are going to disable all the interrupts, which means we are going to perform all this execution indivisibly, which means the atomic execution. So we are going to perform atomic execution of all these instructions, right? So for that we are going to disable the interrupts while testing or while implementing the operation on semaphore. We are going to disable the interrupts. So here it will not provide any harm, it does not lead to any harm because of disabling the interrupt, because it takes only few microseconds to execute all the semaphore operations, because we have only few instruction, so it will not take too long of time to execute all these instruction, as we discussed in case of busy waiting, because we are not going to waste any CPU cycles while executing the semaphore. So we are going to disable the interrupt, so it does not take in too much of time. So we are going to implement this concept. Okay, and the next one, if there are multiple CPUs that were available, suppose if you are working with a multiple processor environment, so what happens here, we should make sure that only one CPU at a time, only one CPU must use this semaphore concept. So it is if it is tries to execute any of the semaphore operation, or it is going to test on the semaphore variable, at a time only one CPU must do all these semaphore operations. So we need to make sure about that if you are working with a multiple processor environment, right? So it does not mean that already we discussed in case of producer and consumer with a busy waiting, so it is not similar to that kind of issue, because we are not going to waste any of the CPU cycles here. Other CPU, so at a time any one of the CPU is performing the semaphore operation, all other processor must execute some other operation. So this is what happens, we are not going to waste any of the CPU cycle. So that is different from that particular issue. Okay, so now coming to this code of the producer consumer problem with help of the semaphore. So here we have used three semaphore variables. So one is semaphore full, semaphore empty, and semaphore mutex. And also we have initialized this with some variables like 0 or 1. So, and whenever you are initializing the value to the semaphore variable as either 0 or 1, it is said to be binary semaphore. Okay, there are actually two variations are there in the semaphore. One is binary semaphore and other one is counting semaphore. So based on the values whatever we are initializing to that semaphore variable, so it will belong to any of these two variations. So if you have only 0 or 1, it is said to be binary semaphore. If you have all the integer values not only with the 0, then it is said to be counting semaphore. Okay, so here we have separately code for producer and consumer, and so globally we have defined the semaphore variable mutex, empty, and full. So let me explain what is that full variable and what is this empty. So here full is nothing but, since we are using the bounded buffer, so bounded buffer, which means so how many number of full slots which we have, how many number of full slots we have, so that is what bounded buffer. Okay, so how many how many number of slots that were full already, so that is what this variable semaphore full. So initially it will be 0 because no data items will be stored in the buffer. Initially it will be 0. Semaphore empty, which means the number of empty slots that were available in the buffer, so it may equals to n initially because we don't have any data items. And next one is semaphore mutex. Mutex is nothing but in order to satisfy the mutual exclusion condition. So what is a mutual exclusion? At a time these two process, whatever the process we have, one is producer and another one is consumer, right? So it will keep on producing more data item and it will put into the buffer, and consumer will take all the data items from the buffer one by one. It will remove all the data item and it will store it in some local variable. So this is what the task that will be given to each process, that is producer and consumer. So mutex is nothing but we need to satisfy this mutual exclusion condition because both this process is actually accessing the common shared buffer. Okay, so what is the common data structure which we have, and that could be accessed by two process, but it should not access at the same time. So that is what we are choosing this condition, that is mutual exclusion. We should satisfy that condition. So for that we have one semaphore variable, that is mutex, and this variable value is initialized to 1. So whenever any semaphore variable initialized to 1, which is we need to make sure it could be used by two process, that is more than one process, but we have to satisfy that mutual exclusion condition on both the process. So that is what this semaphore variable mutex. And the next one, so let us see the code for producer. So here we have the producer process. So initially, so in the same way we have the first variable int item, and while true, so item equal to produce item, so we are just producing it, and initially we are checking the two condition this down on the semaphore variable empty and mutex. So what does it mean? So down of empty, which means whenever you are performing this down operation, if it is equal to 0, we need to make this particular process to sleep. So that is what the thing we have under down operation. So whenever you are performing this down operation on the semaphore variable, so whichever the process that it is performing the semaphore test, it will be moved to the sleep mode. So that is what we are just making that process to sleep. So if down of empty, if empty equal to 0, so when this down operation will be satisfied, so whenever that semaphore variable is equal to 0 means then that particular process gets into sleep. So that is what we are doing. Empty equal to 0 means what? There are no empty slots available in the buffer, so this producer cannot perform its own task. It cannot produce any item because it cannot store into the buffer since it does not have any empty space. So it has to block this process. So we are just making this particular process to sleep. Okay, and down of mutex, so which means mutex value is equal to 0. So what does it mean? So initially we have given its value to 1, and if it is 0 means some other process already it is actually using that common data, so this particular process cannot access that common data. This is what the meaning of down of mutex. Okay, so mutex, initially we have given it the value of this mutex as 1, but if it is 0 means what is the meaning of it? Already some other process is actually accessing the common data. So any other process accessing the common data, which means it already enters into the critical region. So the other process who tries to enter the critical region is not possible, so that we are satisfying the mutual exclusion by checking this condition here, right? And suppose if these two condition is not satisfied means then it will go there and it will insert the item into the buffer, then up of mutex, up of full. Okay, so these two will be executed in order to execute the wake up process. So if that particular process went already in sleep mode, so it has to wake up that particular with these two semaphore variable, that is mutex and full. Okay, so I will tell you about these two set of operations. So let's move on to consumer process. So here also we have this variable called item, and it is a local variable. While of true, it is also checking the semaphore variable for full and mutex with a down operation. So what does it mean? Full equal to 0 means, so what is the meaning of it? It does not have any other process into this buffer. So no data item is available in the buffer, so consumer cannot perform its task. If you have any item in the buffer, then consumer can remove it from the buffer, right? But if full is 0 means no data item is available in the buffer, so consumer process, whatever the process which is in implementing this operation, must go to sleep. Okay, and the next one, down of mutex. So again the mutex value is 0 means some other process already accessing that common data, so this particular process should be blocked. So we are just executing this down in order to sleep this particular process. So if this is not happen, then item equal to remove item. Otherwise, if after this one, this particular set of operation may executed by the producer, so after this it can remove the item and up of mutex, up of empty. So by this this particular operation can wake up. So already whichever the process gets into the sleep mode, so afterwards it can be resumed by the up operation. So that is what we are doing repeatedly in both the process producer and consumer. So this is how we are actually solving the producer and consumer process with the help of semaphore. So one thing I want to explain in the semaphore, so we have used the semaphore in two different ways. One is we need to satisfy the mutual exclusion, so for that we are using the semaphore, and another one is process synchronization. So synchronization is nothing but they ensure that the producer stops running when the buffer is full, as well as the consumer stops running when the buffer is empty. So this does not it is not actually similar to the mutual exclusion problem. Mutual exclusion means at the same time both the process cannot access this common data, that is what mutual exclusion. Whereas synchronization means if suppose the buffer is full, this producer process cannot perform its task, and in the same way buffer is empty, this consumer process cannot perform its task. This is what process synchronization. So both are actually different. So for these two purposes we are actually using this semaphore concept in the problem. So all these problem are said to be the process synchronization problem. So this producer, consumer, and still we have some more problems, so we will discuss later. Okay, thank you.